I can vomit if I want to.
Yeah, she's like, I can take a shit. And she sits on a toilet. She's like, and I will. And they gave us a clock, and it's not a long time. The aliens told us that if you don't get these like private contractors under control with the technology they're around with, we're gonna come in and do it for you. And
that's a little scary.
Why can't we just go back to 9/11? Like, I just, not that I want to remember.
Don't 9/11. You remember?
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm in my casual boy look, and and so is Em. Who's being literal? All right, so I'm Jay. This is Em, like always. And what do you want to talk about today? Do you have any ideas? You just came back from a trip to Florida.
I did.
That's fun. How was that?
It was good. It felt like I wasn't even really there. It was just so short.
Were you did you destroy any cliffs?
Unfortunately, I did not. I would have, but I didn't.
That sucks. It could have happened.
Probably.
You could have been the cliff destroyer.
Oh, yeah, that was last.
Yeah. Callback. That, folks, at home is what you call a callback. Yeah, I've been doing nothing except for, watching people die on the news, and then Taylor Swift.
Scary. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. I don't know.
I was a little sheltered about that.
We don't know. I don't know anything about politics. All I know is that people be dying. People be raping.
Yep.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Because they be raping everybody out here.
Yeah, it's not good. It's pretty scary. There might be a World War III. Who knows?
I hate that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there going to be a war? I can't never say this right.
It's a lot of W's.
War III.
War. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just too much happening. Wasn't there supposed to be a war for the third time in a couple years ago?
I feel like the world has just been at war this entire time.
But wasn't there something big that happened and we were like, oh God, we might get nuked or something?
9/11?
That wasn't nukes.
Oh, okay, well, that'd be fun if you couldn't think of it. You're like, you know that thing?
Damn, you know that one thing?
How old were you on 9/11? Where were you?
I was born in 96, so I was under 10 years old.
And do you remember?
I do.
I remember.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, I do. My mom picked us up from school, and everybody was broadcasting it at the school too. And we were young, and you're just seeing people jumping out of the windows of the high floors and shit on the news live.
It's wild.
Everyone was freaking out. My mom picked us up. My mom was crying. I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
I know. I remember I was pissed because they were stopping Disney Channel. I'm like, why are they playing it? I come downstairs. I'm like, the fuck is going on? I'm trying to watch Even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
Yeah. And my mom's like, oh yeah, people got bombed or whatever. And I remember thinking oh my God, is it going to happen to us? Because, everyone's narcissistic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it happening
is
here
it me next?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, there's people dying, but me.
Me.
And, it was really weird. And I think, millennials around our age, you're in the bracket of millennial, right?
Yeah, I'm on the cusp.
On the cusp.
Yeah.
I think that's a kind of, a lot of trauma we went through, but it was, low-key trauma.
Yeah.
It was just in the back of it was in the zeitgeist, the word.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I like that word.
It was just, it's something that happened to all of us collectively, and we kind of just moved on. I remember me and my mother used to make these little, bead American flags.
Yeah.
And we're selling it. Talk about, we were, monetizing.
Whoa.
People were selling, I mean, I was charging, $1 or something, I was a kid, but, it's wild that we're monetizing off it. Yeah, little, it was American flags you made of beads and pins.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
And they dangled.
Yeah, and you make them out, you can make them out of red ribbon, and it looks cute.
And so I remember making those. It's kind of weird thinking back. I'm like, really? You're trying to make money off this shit?
I remember making little geckos out of beads.
Yes, it was the same thing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The little geckos were sick.
I love the little geckos.
Yeah. American flag, those. Everything American flag. American flags everywhere.
Ugh. It's pretty bad.
And I didn't even fully understand what was happening.
No, me either. But I just knew it was scary, and I knew everyone was upset.
Yeah.
And things don't usually go as far as to going from your school to your home. Like, usually if something happens, it's like, oh, it happened to me at my house. Like, this is everybody, and you can feel that it's everybody, so you know it's, like, a big deal, even though you don't really fully know what's happening.
I know, it's a big deal, and, like, we were in such a good... This is so fucked up to say, but we were in a very good position as a country after 9/11, like, because the world felt sorry for us besides a few people or a few countries. So we had, like, so many allies. Now we've, like, pissed everyone off.
Everyone's pissed off at everyone now.
Like, why can't we just go back to 9/11? Like, I just... not that I want... Is that the clip to start the episode?
Oh, no.
Not that I want the tragedy to happen again, but, like, post 9/11, that era, the world could have been good. But then we did the war on terror, and we, like, just all this fucked up shit. And I remember... a whole society so happy that a man died when Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And it's
but then ISIS started happening.
Yeah, and then they started, like, uploading beheading videos on YouTube. That's when YouTube had to create restrictions.
It's really never great, no matter what.
Yeah, apparently they're live streaming bombings and murders and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all until I did see a random video, but I didn't even know what it was about. And it was just like some guy saying, if your children are on social media, delete it.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, there isn't like a blank like profile page thing yet for it.
Yeah.
Because people don't know where to lean. Like it's that like they just either side people are gonna be mad at you.
Yeah.
Whoever, like it was very clear cut for America and was it ISIS that bombed us? Or did they come after? I don't know what the terrorist group actually did 9/11.
Oh, no, it was not ISIS.
Okay. But, like, it was clear then, like, who the enemy was. Now it's, like, it's hard. So.
And it's crazy because ISIS is, like, in the United States, too. Like, it's not just some other country.
Yeah.
Like, they're everywhere.
Yeah, because they're, like, brainwashing people online.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Yeah.
And the world might be ending.
Per usual.
But, you know, like, we can still look
also,
fabulous.
I'm a little concerned about, I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also a little concerning. What? The whole mining water off of asteroids.
Yeah, oh, yes. Let's talk about that big science news that we found. Yeah, we found water and carbon on an asteroid.
Yeah. So that kind of stresses me out, though, just like the fact that Earth could run out of water one day.
Well, it stressed me out more when we didn't have an option to help.
Yeah.
Al-Qaeda.
But...
Okay, off-screen producer Dylan told us that it was Al-Qaeda who bombed us in 9/11. Yeah. I did know that.
I did too, and I didn't want to say it and then look stupid.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
I just kept it in my little brain.
So it was that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Little faster, Jamie, next time. But okay. What were we saying?
The water and carbon.
Oh yeah, on the asteroid. So this is great, and so those are like two like main building blocks of life. To have that. So that pretty much solidified that there is 100% for sure life on other planets. Yes, aliens. But it doesn't mean they're intelligent. It could be bacteria. It could just be animals.
Yeah. Aliens is a blanket term.
Yeah. Like
so is a UFO.
Yeah. Yeah. UFO. Most UFOs are man-made. But yeah, so based on alien technology. Or maybe not. That's just a theory. We could just have flying saucers out there.
Yeah, just flying around saucy.
Well, so the thing also, too, people say that why the government wouldn't just say, like, hey, we have all these flying saucers is, like, the technology they need, like, the anti-gravity technology and shit that they need. If people found out about that, that would change everything. Like, we could... people wouldn't need to, like, work anymore. We'd just have, like, resources that we wouldn't run out of... We wouldn't need anything.
Yeah.
It would be so. That's probably why they keep that shit secret.
Yeah, because they want to keep everybody under control.
Oil companies going, electric people going. They want to control everyone.
Yeah,
and they want to have the really dope...
the money.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's also that theory that actual aliens came here and has warned the government that because the actual government's not the one creating all these UFOs and all, not even UFOs, but just crazy experimental places where they're creating this technology. It's these like off-site, off-out government things that were once funded by the government, but now they've just gone so far on their own that even like the government doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, and there's the people that are like being the whistleblowers saying that they have literally known about like aliens and alien technology for such a long time. but haven't been able to say anything about it.
Yeah, so basically the aliens told us, this is what Stephen Greer said. You can go watch his entire press conference on it. He basically said that the aliens told us that if you don't get these like private contractors under control with the technology they're fucking around with, we're going to come in and do it for you. And
that's a little scary.
And they gave us a clock, he said, and it's not a long time. So if that theory is true, and he's not just like broadcasting it everywhere because he's insane, but because he's like has credentials, like he's like not just a random cuckoo. That's a lot to handle.
Yeah.
And so, but we don't know what it'll look like
Could you imagine if that happened?
If the aliens,
like for real life?
Yeah, if aliens took over and they said like, you guys can't handle this planet anymore, we're gonna take over. I'm down. I don't know. I mean, I think what would happen originally is that there would be a mass murder of probably a couple billion. Like they'd want to get the population under control. So like in order to do that, there's too many of us right now because they'd want to live here with us. So the people that lived would probably just be allowed spaces allowed to live, and like that's where you live. And these might be interdimensional species that can't even communicate with us, so they'd have proxies where like humans that worked for them would be telling us what the aliens say. Like it could be a lot of things. But it might not change our life that much. We might just like, because you probably would still have to work and shit. You would just be getting, like your government would now just be aliens. So I don't know.
It's just very overwhelming.
We'd probably become more like communism, where like we would just be like, you're allotted things and everyone just makes the same. There's no like capitalism, no rich. We'd all just be evened out. Except for the aliens, of course.
Yeah.
They would be.
Yeah, because they'd be in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, oh God, if there was like a giant murder of billions of people, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like, how do they choose? They just do it?
I don't know. I mean,
what if it's like a bunch of good people that they kill and not the shitty ones?
I don't know. I mean, they've been observing us for a while. They would probably... I don't really know what they would do. It would make most sense for them to actually take out America. Because we're the most powerful country, I guess. But like take out us, China, Russia. Just the big players, take them out.
So we should just go to like Iceland or something.
Yeah, just somewhere low key.
It's where I like wanted to go anyways. It's very nice there, it sounds like.
But all that aside, we found water and carbon on an asteroid.
Yeah, okay. And it went way left.
And that's good because we could start mining. It's always been a theory of scientists saying that will eventually start mining the asteroid belt and stuff for resources. So we know that we can find water out there. So I bet there's going to be plans now for send out mining ships.
It just sounds like a movie or a video game.
It does.
Like the things that are coming out in like science and life news just doesn't even feel real anymore.
I know, it's
like,
so nuts.
Where am I? What am I doing? What's happening? Like,
and also like the things that they're calling, I think they're calling them like the jumbos or like these massive like paired things. They don't know what they are. They've the one of our newest telescopes, like satellite telescopes, picked it up. It's really cool. We don't really know like what it is. They look like they're just kind of like stars that haven't formed yet, but they're like way bigger. That's cool. So we're just there's so much shit out there we just keep discovering.
How long was this clock for?
What clock?
The clock that the guy said that the aliens gave us.
Oh, I mean, he said not a long time at all. Like, so like I can't remember if he said like an exact time. But I would say like a year or so or something.
And when did this happen?
The press conference was a couple months ago.
Folks in the Congress, the White House, the Pentagon, and CIA, many of them, if they're not part of this covert group, this deep black group illegally, they have no idea what's going on because of the nature of TSSCI, the hyper-compartmentalization that happened in the 50s. So these actions really are a threat to world security and national security, and they have to be reined in immediately. I want to choose my words carefully here. A clock, I understand, has been put on this getting resolved through hearings and other means, and by the end of this year, it needs to be resolved. And that's all I will say at this point.
He's very convincing if you watch it. But we don't know. I mean, none of this is confirmed.
We're going to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, we'll be like the Guardians. Yeah, I don't know. It's really scary if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot more like sightings of aliens recently. But also you don't know like what it could be. It could just, people are just now, it's more in their mind, so like they're just seeing things that weren't. A lot of people think satellites are aliens.
And it's like when somebody you meet has a car and you've never seen that car on the road before, and now you see that car all the time.
It's kind of like that.
It's like in the back of your mind.
So
you're just like, oh man, that's an alien.
Oh yeah, and then so there's also this. So have you seen that story of the cops on the dash cam see something flying and falling from the sky, and then people in the neighborhood say that they're like something landed in their backyard and there's like creatures walking around, and like there's cops. It shows the body cam footage. Like,
when was this?
It was a little while ago. It was like trending on TikTok.
Oh my God.
Las Vegas family keeping quiet still after a frightening encounter with what they claim were large non-human creatures right in their own backyard.
And tonight their home is surrounded by no trespassing signs as people gather at what could be the site of an alien crash landing. Correspondent Nancy Liu has the story.
What the fuck?
They're shiny eyes and they're not human. They're 100% not human.
That 16-year-old Angel heard making that incredible 911 call on May 1st. I spoke with the teen and his father, but they refused to appear on camera. However, Angel has been active on social media, talking in detail about what he claims were large aliens in his backyard that night.
And the only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8-10 feet tall.
Creatures that were also said to be spotted by his father and younger brother.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also they're in Vegas, so like a big creature could be just some drunk bitch, like just stumbling from the strip. She's like, "The fuck they looking at?" I don't know.
8 feet.
That family is pretty
drag.
Yeah. High heels.
That's drag.
Tall bitches.
Some big creature crawling in your backyard. That's drag.
hiding now, and they say they're scared and claim there have been serious threats against them for allegedly perpetrating an elaborate hoax.
It's such a fantastic story, the way they talk about it.
Podcaster.
It almost like it can't even...
Retired police officer and podcaster.
Made up.
They do have supporters, including a local podcaster who's a former police officer.
Something happened over there. I honestly believe something happened. They saw something. What it was, I wasn't there. I have no idea.
The claims of a UFO, aliens, and military activity all viewed in a different light since Pentagon whistleblower Dave Grush talked exclusively to News Nation, alleging a covert crash retrieval program.
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
But as for the greenish streak in the sky captured on police body cam, the American Meteor Society tells us...
That happened that night, that streak, like in Vegas. What's happening? What people think is a lot of people are like, okay, why would aliens fly all the way here and crash? Our government have things set up to shoot them down and using their own technology, the alien technology.
Oh, right. Because,
that's why the aliens don't like it. Yeah.
Was a meteor well over 100 miles north of Las Vegas.
We're certain it was a meteor because of the duration of the event. Sure. Most everybody reported that lasted between 2 and 5 seconds. And that's much too fast to be a re-entering satellite or a rocket. So, and the fact that it was seen over such a wide area is a darn good indication that it was a fireball.
I already said...
If he was like, it's just a meteor, I'd just be like... That's what I would do.
I have to say, if you want to believe it, I don't care no more.
Nancy Liu, KTLA 5 News.
Nancy Liu. It sounds like
KTLA.
a Dr. Seuss name.
Yeah, so there's a lot of shit happening. It's always disproven. Who knows? Do you want to get into what we watched?
Yeah.
What we watched. American Horror Story.
What the actual fuck?
Before we actually get into that, I do want to talk about the new Exorcist. What was it, The Beginning? No, The Believer. Exorcist Believing. That shit was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's do our 30-second movie wrap-up of a horrible movie. Can you start the clock?
Ready?
Right. Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so there's like an earthquake in Africa. I was calling it Blurthquake. And for some reason, like the woman died. She had a baby, and then like the father's like raising the baby, but he wanted to save the wife and not the baby. And then so she grows up, the girl, and she goes out into the woods. She gets possessed. She comes back, and she's all like blah and gross. And the original woman from Exorcist is like, I can help. And then nothing really happens for like 2 hours. And then at the end, they do a prayer, and they say choose one. The people choose their daughter, and the main character's daughter lives because they chose the wrong one.
Done.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, there's a very long sequence of
especially the part where there was nothing happening for 2 hours.
Yeah. It was really the beginning. There was an earthquake in Africa. And then at the end, when they did the exorcism.
Wow.
All of that, it was just it was so, I don't know. I wasn't
terrible.
I wasn't here for it. Let's get into what we really want to talk about. American Horror Story.
God.
Yeah, so episode 4 was wild.
Yeah, it was.
We pick up right where we left off when we get back to Anna, but we first start in the Hampton Court, England, 1555.
Yeah.
We go all the way back. Shit was wild.
With Elizabeth.
Yeah. With Queen Elizabeth giving birth to like what, a monster?
With that little claw hand.
Yeah, with the claw hand. It was not like little Freddy Krueger hands.
Yeah.
That's probably why she was bleeding so much. He just ripped himself right out of the cooch.
Yeah, like clawed his way out.
It was wild.
And then the two people in the same outfits that have been following.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Same spider bird
Emma
people.
Roberts. Showed up, and it's Billy.
Billy fucking Lord. I love her. Such a good actress. She slays and eats every scene.
Love her.
It's so good. Like she's in all the seasons. She's in Scream Queens.
And it's Princess Leia's granddaughter.
I know, that is fierce too.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's great. And they
take the baby.
They take the baby, and they sit, and like the sister barges in, like Queen's sister, and is like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
The people are like, "He waited 6,000 years to be born."
Yeah.
They also said she promised the baby, so she made a promise.
Yeah. You made a deal with the devs?
Yeah, so it's like making a deal with the dev.
Oh.
And then they're like, you have to but it was weird though, because they look at the sister and you have to as well. So I don't know if the queen involved her like family.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not doing that. So they're like, okay, well, you're barren. And like curse her Yudi.
And she just fell to the ground in pain.
Yeah.
What did they do? Just like
broken Yudi.
Broke her Yudi?
Yeah, they ripped those tubes right out.
That is wild.
You're like, you're done. Give me those tubes. You don't need them.
That sucks. They just made her get an abortion of her own uterus.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah. And then they left. And that was it.
And they were just like, okay.
And that was our flashback scene. And then we cut back to present day with Anna still staring at the dead raccoon.
So I'm concerned. What's happening with Anna? If they already birthed this demon child that has been waiting 5,000 years to be born, what are they doing with Anna? Like,
yeah, because it's only been 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Less than.
So like what?
So I don't know if they like need to birth another one.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, are they DJ Khaleding these fucking baby demons?
Yeah.
I don't know what they are. I still really want them to be spider people, but I don't think that theory's holding up. I haven't seen one spider.
But it's still so revolved around spiders.
Yes, like the web.
So like what?
There's a lot of things we didn't talk about. They didn't cover like the pimple.
Yeah.
That wasn't really talked about this time.
And then this episode, her hair's just falling out. Like before it wouldn't just stop.
It was
and now
wild.
It's falling out.
Like, but the weirdest thing of all is so she runs into Dex and she's like, I saw you. Honestly, after this episode, I think Dex is just an idiot and has nothing to do with it.
I don't know though. Maybe that's what they want you to think. That's the hard part is like, are you just toying with me?
But my theory though is that he's just fucking the model chick.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like it's like that's
going to be the reveal.
That's
for
his
him.
big secret.
Yeah.
Because she asked him like, why were you with her? And he's like, I already told you. Like,
We're doing a pop-up.
Yeah, just like gaslighting again.
But also the picture changed when she pulled it out of the silverware
Yeah,
drawer.
it went black. So that is the same woman, right? Just with different hair?
No, I don't think so.
Is it a different? I'm so confused.
Me too. I'm also confused. Who's that guy that Kim K is like fucking
That's the director of the Atoll. So we'll get into that.
Of the what?
The movie, The Atoll.
Oh,
it's
her movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get into that a little bit. So after Dex, and also though, Dex was caught in a lie because he was like, she was like, Miss Preacher, and he's like, they told me about Miss Preacher.
She's like, you weren't there when they told me
and he wasn't. I remember it was just her. And they're like, don't worry about her. Like, don't worry about her. She cray.
See, there's something with him.
I know, but I don't know. He could have also just called about her too. I don't know. It just seems.
And why does he keep letting her end up in the basement and just sleeping there? And he doesn't care or notice?
Yeah, it's really weird because now she gets that dead baby. It's not a dead baby. It's a dead raccoon. She thinks it's a baby. Does she think it's a baby? Is she like?
I don't know what's happening with that.
She runs into like Nicolette, the creepiest house manager in the world.
Weird.
I don't like her.
It's weird vibes happening there.
And she's like, I found a animal. I'm gonna nurse it back to life. And the thing had maggots.
It doesn't appear to be moving. Yeah, no shit. Look at it.
Like
stinks probably.
Yeah, so she goes downstairs, puts it in a crib,
and then leaves it there for like a couple days or something. Whatever.
Yeah, like that, and that was just never explained until like the end.
Until the end,
and it still doesn't even. Explain
it doesn't make sense.
And so,
I hated.
Also, when she's down there, she saw a black cat.
Yeah, which I think is Miss Preacher because I think Miss Preacher was the owl.
Oh, so she can shape
I think she can. Yeah,
she's like Animorphs in this shit.
I think so.
I love it.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
Did you ever watch Animorphs?
No. But I know what you're talking about.
Or read the books?
No.
They were iconic kid books.
It would have been so cool, though, if she is. I think she is.
I think it is.
I think she is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then she sees a spider person. They're not spider people anymore, but I still call them that. They don't even look like spiders.
Oh, and she...
She just sees it, like, in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she sees Nurse Ivy in the parking garage.
Yeah, she sees Nurse Ivy in the parking garage later under like really cool like red light.
Yeah.
It shined just on her. That was shot really well. But this next scene is when we run into the Ashleys, one spelled Leigh, which is again Billy and I can't remember the other chick's name, the actress. I've seen her in other things.
I don't know.
I'm assuming both the women from the beginning.
Probably.
So they're like these witches or something
that
work for the savior.
Yeah.
Or something, which is wild. But here they're crisis PR managers.
Yeah.
And I just love everything about this.
Oh my God, the video.
Yeah, the video at the end. Holy fuck. Okay. Should we just like get into the video now?
Yeah.
Okay, but before we do that, so she like lists, it's so funny. So she lists off all the people that they've helped before. They've helped Demi Lovato, Louis C.K., Will and Jada, Alec and Hilaria Baldwin, Paula Deen, Vanessa Lachey, and Meryl Streep.
And she goes, what did Meryl Streep do? She goes,
Exactly. They helped Paula Deen after she said the N-word.
Look at her, though. She's still buttering it up.
Do you remember when Paula Deen said the N-word?
Yeah. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing, but that was back when comedy was funny.
Yeah.
And Twitter was funny.
Yeah.
Now it's X. But
it's so weird.
The comments where the hashtag was called like, it was like Paula's new dish or something was the hashtag, and people were saying like the craziest shit. Like, what were some of them? Like, she was like, the black people better hush puppies.
Oh my
and like,
God.
Like that.
Oh fuck.
Wait, let me see if I can. Yeah, Paula's best dishes. I wonder if we can see some of the tweets. Strange fruit pies. Wait, lynch and lemonade. Mulatto marble cake. Half bread hotcakes.
Oh no.
KKK or kale and cabbage casserole. Coon on the cob. These are what? Segregated eggs. Moon cricket mustard greens. This is a lot. I mean, so many. Robert E. Lee on pepper wings.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was a moment in time, and
that is definitely a moment.
And these bitches fucking like represented her. That was wild. And then but they ended up tell her to make a reel, and this like I don't even know this like the cringiest video in the world.
So bad.
And it's my body. Yeah, that's what she kept saying.
Yeah.
It's my body over and over. And after they go, Taylor Swift reposted.
Yeah.
Which just means that you're in. If that
yeah.
happens. But yeah, and she was just saying, like, I can have an abortion if I want to. It's my body.
I can vomit if I want to.
Yeah, she's like, I can take a shit. And she sits on a toilet. She's like, and I will. She's like, I can masturbate if I want.
Yeah. What was it? Men 5 times a week and women
average 5 times a year.
A year.
That's...
Girl.
I think that average is what women are saying.
Why are you lying about it?
I don't know. It used to be like a shame thing for women. I have
Stop
no idea.
It.
Yeah.
Come on.
Quit the clip.
No, don't though.
But yeah. The video was wild. She was like standing with like a rally of like women and they're like,
yeah, and they're just
let's say
marching
it's our
behind
body.
her.
And they're all like diverse. It was just
it was a lot.
The most cringiest thing. And she's like, yeah, you guys like made me feel sad about being sick, but
you made me cry.
She's like, but I'm sick because I'm pregnant. It's like, you just said you could have an abortion.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird. And it was great. And isn't that how like the episode pretty much ended?
Yeah, pretty much. And then it goes back to the...
Yeah. That was so fucking funny. That was wild. I don't know what I can even compare that to for videos. It's almost like the Kylie Jenner like Coke commercial. Do you remember that?
Was that on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and it's like there was like the BLM like riots, and she's like, everyone just stop, have a Coke.
Oh my god.
She's like, Coke brings us together, or whatever.
Man.
Or Pepsi, or whatever. It was very cringe. Or the video of like all the celebrities singing over the pandemic.
Oh, like the whole We Are the World thing?
Yeah, I can't remember what that song was, but
yeah.
Really funny. Yeah, so after we meet her, and the iconic line, Kim's best line of the episode is turn a shit sandwich into a Fabergé egg.
Yep.
Gotta love Kim. Kim K was pretty fierce in this.
She was like literally murdering that man.
Yeah, so let's get into when she was hooking up with the director on his movie. So there's something there. I'm confused, like, because there's a reason she's fucking him. She says it's transactional.
Says it's transactional. I'm using you, you're using me.
And then they brought up the movie, and she's like, I saw that interview where you said the movies.
It just came to me.
The idea for the movie.
You look even more stupid than you are.
And she's like, we both know what happened.
Yeah, what happened? I was so confused that scene. I'm like, who is this, first of all? And what are they talking about?
And she's like, and we always know. And he's like, don't tell Anna. So I think she like made a deal with these like witch people.
Oh, yeah. And she's like just the ringleader because she's like...
Yeah. Like, I don't think she's a part of the witch people. Or I guess she is, though, because she had those people come.
Yeah.
Maybe she just works with them, or maybe she's one of the witches. But I think what it was, she made a deal with them.
But she also, I think she did do it already. I think she did have a baby for them because she kept telling Anna that her IVF rounds didn't work.
Yeah, so she probably gave birth to the kid and they took it.
And they took it.
Wild.
So, like, what are they doing with all these demon babies?
They're trying to create, like, a
little demon army?
Yeah. Or something like that. Yeah, that was a very interesting scene. And then, so Anna goes back to her apartment, like, in New York City, I guess, and runs into Dex's mom, Virginia, in the bathroom.
What the fuck is up with that woman?
She's wild. Well, so we find out that she's suing her, Dex's father for... Apparently, so let me pull this up. She works with a doctor called Eugenia.
Yeah.
And and she's an expert in recovered memories of satanic ritual abuse.
Yeah.
So she's claiming that Dex's father like forced her into some
rituals, satanic rituals.
So that's why I think, and Dex was very like confused by this.
Yeah.
And shocked. So I kind of feel like he's just wrapped up into it, but doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like.
I think he doesn't actually know what's going on.
I think we're gonna find out that all of his mysterious things just will be explained if he's just an idiot, like cheating or something. Yeah. But that's really interesting. So I wonder what she gave up, and also the whole conversation there she was basically saying
why would she want to be a mother?
She said she would have like aborted him.
Yeah, if she wasn't married or broke.
Yeah, he goes, would you? did you not want to have me? And she's like, well, I couldn't have an abortion back in the day. Like,
yeah.
That's a wild response.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say yes.
She didn't want to have him.
Yeah. So,
like they were unheard of. I was married.
Yeah, it was really weird. So Anna's back at her house. Her hair is falling out.
Yep.
The don't do it Anna is still on the mirror.
And then she smashes it.
So she smashes it. She goes back to the doctor and they do find a heartbeat.
Yeah, what? And then he's just like, oh, wow. Well, maybe you had twins.
Yeah. Which is possible. That happened to my mom. She had twins.
Yeah, but like they would have known.
Yeah, they would have known. Like
weird.
It was he just explained it away. And that also made me feel like the doctor's not involved either. I think the witch people like is something different than the doctor.
Yeah,
I think they just made the doctor and Dex seem creepy.
Yeah.
To like make you not trust anyone and not know who it is.
Yeah, and not know if she's hallucinating or what's going on.
Yeah. Which she clearly is doing some shit.
Yeah. And now it's like she's hiding it, which is weird.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get it. Like, everyone's not believing you. But, like, why are you going headfirst into it and, like, lying and, like, hiding it and being weird as fuck?
Yeah, it is really weird. And then she's also, like, going into, like, she had a binge eating moment.
Yeah. It was really insane. Like, I was like, why is she eating like that? Like, it looks like she's, like, possessed right now.
That's a binge. That's exactly what I look like during a binge.
And then the baby.
Right. Yeah. And then, so before that, she also, she runs into Nicolette, and Nicolette is just like, I just knew that you were pregnant.
Yeah.
This feels like a sisterhood.
Yeah.
That was really creepy. And then she goes downstairs after eating all that shit. I guess it was like it wasn't satisfying what the baby needed.
Yeah.
When she ate all that. So then she went down and ate that fucking rotting raccoon.
I had to look away.
And that's when I said out loud, the thumbnail to this video is going to be she ate.
She ate. Ew.
Aw. Thank you. Oh, you got
This is the new sauce.
Oh, Dunkin'. McDonald's has a new sauce.
Mambo sauce.
Mambo sauce.
It smells spicy.
Yeah, it does smell. It's like a spicy sweet. It kind of smells like honey sriracha. Like honey sriracha.
Do you want to try it?
All right, yeah, we're gonna try Mambo sauce from McDonald's.
Excited! I've wanted to try it.
Are you guys ready for a mukbang?
Ooh, she is spicy.
It's like sweet.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet and spicy, not sweet and sour.
Yeah.
I like it.
Me too. It's kind of like giving.
What does that taste?
Like an Asian.
Yes.
Flavor.
Yeah, it's like a Asian zinger.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Something like a General Tso sesame type of shit. It's fierce.
That's good.
We had to try new McDonald's. Hot as balls. What are your overall thoughts on the episode? This was crazy. I'm still so confused. Do you have any predictions as to what's going to happen?
I think shit is about to pop off. Also, before she went to the fridge, she was laying in bed and heard metal scratching noises.
Oh, yeah, and went down to the basement.
But was hearing it in the fridge first.
Yeah.
And why was the ice cream in the fridge with the pickles? I just realized that.
It was in the fridge?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I just realized, and it wasn't weird while I was watching it.
Yeah, me either. I didn't even pick up on it.
Just now, thinking how the ice cream was in the fridge next to the pickles.
That is weird.
Yeah, so then she, like, demonically ate that after hearing the scratching, and then went downstairs after hearing the whispering.
And, yeah. And, like, walking towards that door with the chanting people.
Yeah. And then she couldn't open it. And then knocks herself out.
It was and then ate and woke up and ate that fucking raccoon.
Ate the fucking raccoon.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen so far. I think my spider people theory is wrong. I think they're like witches that are
Which
like
was my theory.
Need to like your theory one to sacrifice, or like they need to like create these demon spawn. I still don't know. Maybe they're creating spider people. Maybe I'm correct in that. That'd be cool if we were both right. It's witches creating spider people. Let's hope it's that. But yeah, that wraps up the episode 4 of American Horror Story. And then I just wanted to real quick get into a Taylor moment. Taylor Swift update. Yeah, so Taylor Swift's Eras Tour movie's coming out. I went to the theater just to get the cup. I already have my tickets for the show in a couple days, but I didn't want to sell out. And so there's a video. So Taylor Swift went to her party and or her premiere of the video. No, okay. Taylor, I need to redo that.
No.
Taylor Swift went to the premiere of the movie, and she just like walked into a random theater in LA, and it was a huge to-do. I don't think it was a random theater. I'm sure it was all set up. Beyonce was there. There's pictures of them like eating popcorn in the Taylor Swift popcorn bucket. Iconic.
So good. The best marketing ever.
Her look is like iconic.
Oh, I want to see.
1989 look with the short hair and everything. So this was the her Beyonce and Taylor Swift eating the popcorn, which is fierce. So she came to the show. She said, "I'm so glad she'll never know what my life would have been like without Beyonce's influence. The way she taught me and every artist out here to break rules and defy industry norms. Her generosity of spirit, her resilience and versatility. She's been a guiding light throughout my career. And the fact that she showed up tonight was like an actual fairy tale."
Aww.
Fierce play on her. Today was a fairy tale. Yeah, that was good. I like how it just kind of squashes any people thinking they don't like each other. It's really just the fandoms that can
I didn't know that the Beyonce people and the Taylor Swift people didn't like each other.
They can sometimes. It's not all of them, but there just has been in the past. I don't even know what the drama is. I've just heard of it, and I think it's everyone can just shut up now because they like each
move
other.
on.
But this is her iconic look, promoting her cup, of course. But it's very 1989-esque with the light blue. That's
I like
the
the dress with the cutouts.
The cutouts is sick. She has her fierce light blue eyeshadow, iconic red lipstick, and her hair is pinned up, and it's it's mimicking her short hair from 1989, back when it came out. I can't wait.
It looks cute like that.
To react to it. Yeah, I liked her short hair, Bleachella era look. And so there's a video of her watching her own performance, and so it just shows her and she's in the crowd and she's singing and dancing and stuff, watching it. And so people could take that as, oh, look, this is her the all tore up dress. Isn't that fierce? It goes all the way down.
I love that dress.
Yeah, it's really cool dress. And she's watching the movie, and it's really cool to see how proud she is of herself, but also her whole team, because a lot of people could look at that and be like, oh, she's so narcissistic just watching her own shit.
Well, at least she's not sitting there in a bad mood trying to just critique herself the whole time.
Yeah,
people need to enjoy their life and their life work.
And it's also too it's not just her creating this music. She has a team of producers and stuff that help her. She writes it and sings it, but she has co-writers as well, and she has production team, and then the whole tour. There's so much help,
so many people,
backup dancers and stuff. So she's not just cheering herself on, she's cheering everything on. And so I thought it was really cool to watch. That was cool, and everyone's saying now well, now we know how to act at the movie when we see it.
Yeah.
So my question from an earlier podcast was answered by Taylor Swift.
Yep.
And you sing and you can get up and dance if you want to.
As you should.
Yeah, and you need to memorize the choreography and just go along with it, because that's what she was doing.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's really my moment. That was
do what Taylor does.
Yeah, and nothing to do with Travis Kelce this week. No one cares. It's more of the movie. I'm so excited. When that movie comes out, we'll talk about it next week, and then the following week we get 1989 Taylor's version. There's rumors that we're going to get a Slut music video and a Cruel Summer video. So if we get those, I can't wait. And do you have, or actually no, I guess let's wrap this up. Do you have any final thoughts?
None.
None?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah. I think overall, I don't even know what we talked about today, but
there's a lot of overwhelming things.
But I hope the world doesn't end.
Me too.
See you next time.